Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Newsgram. What would you do with all that money if you won the lottery? No one really expects to win, but when the jackpot rises, we all like to play because it's fun to think about what life would be like if money was no object. And at the core of all of it, there's a chance you could win. So, as minuscule as it may be, there is still a chance, and that makes the dream seem real. Examine that dream for a minute, but let me add something. You need to keep working. You can't quit your job, you gotta keep working. So what would you do? Would you become the captain of a big yacht and sail the world with some rich tourists? Or would you become a singer? Or maybe a philanthropist? There's really no right or wrong here. It's your dream, and it's your destiny. Okay, and now, what if I told you that tomorrow was never going to get here? Tomorrow's not coming. What would you do now? Certainly money is no longer an option, but your dream is still real. What would you do with your last 24 hours? Did you accomplish everything that you were put on this earth to do yet? Did you even know that you were put on this earth to accomplish anything? You were. And you can.
If you do it now when you only have 24 hours, why not do it when you have an undetermined amount of 24 hours? Find that passion, find that thing that you were born to do, and go do it.
We're all searching for purpose, except those that have already found it, and to those people I say congratulations. But far too many of us give up before we even start because we just can't believe that the things that we really want to do, deep down within our hearts, the things that we really want to do are even possible. Scott Kauffman wrote a book about this, and it's called If Tomorrow Never Comes, What Would You Do with Your Last 24 Hours? And in it, he says the reason that you're even having the dreams that you have is because you're supposed to do something with them.
People, you need to understand that you have a purpose. You have a reason to be here. And how much better is life when you are doing what you love and it's not work? So your occupation is now your vocation. And that makes all the difference in the world. It really, really does.
Remember what I said earlier about winning the lottery?
You can have all the accoutrements of success. You can have the big house, the fancy car, the lots of money. But if you aren't doing that one thing that's inside your heart, and for me, it's writing. If you're not doing that one thing, there will be a void. And that void's not going to be filled by an even bigger home, fancier car, or more money. And so to me, writing it's my happy place. I enjoy it. I can't explain to you how I did it. I can't explain why. Oh, I can tell you why I do it, because I want people to learn their significance in this world. We're just not human beings, ladies and gentlemen. We're not. There's so much more to us. And the gifts that you have inside are there to help other people discover the gifts that they have inside so that they can help someone else discover, and someone else discover, and someone else discover. If only one person opens this book and reads it, and only one person gets that aha moment, then I have done what I was charged to do.
So how do we do it? That's the bottom line, right? All of this sounds great, but in reality, how do you actually do it? Well, first of all, stop listening to that negative voice inside you telling you that you can't, that you're too old, or that you're too entrenched in your current lifestyle to make a change.
No matter how old you are, you can still accomplish the greatest thing in your life if you will just allow yourself to grow into who you really are.
And, believe it or not, you need to understand that we are spirit, first and foremost. And that's not a religious statement, it's a fact.
There's more to life than what we've been led to believe.
If you believe that, it makes it easier to understand that we need to embrace our true essence, whatever that is.
Walk in that passion that has been in you since the beginning of time. It's never changed, and it will never change. You can walk around it, and you can forget about it, and you can bury it down, but eventually that passion is going to come up again. And then you're going to have the choice to make. Do I follow it, or do I bury it down again? And so if you bury it down again, you'll go on a year, 2, 3, who knows, and then it's going to creep up again. So the book is there to say, hey, don't keep burying it. Accept it. And when you start accepting it, when you can say, hey, now I see it, watch doors open. And as those doors open, then your life fundamentally changes because you are now doing the one thing that you were created to do.
If you believe that we each have a destiny and that we were created to fulfill it, then that makes it much easier to think about what that destiny is. It's doing a job on a daily basis that you love doing.
It's really just picking up those parts that you maybe have forgotten, those parts that you haven't thought about, those parts that you were afraid to identify because you were told at some point in time, oh, you can't be a professional bungee jumper. There's no money in that. But yet that's your passion.
In his book, he quotes Dr. Wayne Dyer, "Don't leave with your music still inside you." I love that quote. Move past simple human conditioning and move into a new dimension of thinking, of doing, and be able to say to yourself,
I am so utterly thankful because now I have the courage to go do this no matter how crazy it may seem. That's what I want them to take away with them.
If this podcast was not enough inspiration for you, then download a copy of his book. If Tomorrow Never Comes, What Would You Do with Your Last 24 Hours? By Scott E. Kauffman from Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com. And that will do it for this edition of Newsgram from WebTalkRadio.com.